My favorite memory actually is probably an ag construction class where, like we got to weld and we got to build picnic tables and do plumbing, and it was just really cool because you don't get to do that every day.
My favorite memories would probably be from the traveling experiences that we did when we went to various sites and various schools throughout North Florida as well as Central Florida to visit various ag programs and see what they have to offer. That was fun because it was a bonding experience for all of us in the AEC department, as well as a learning experience. We got to see various ag programs that maybe we didn't have an opportunity to see before.
I have to say my favorite memory from the AEC department was when we were up in Trenton doing the woodworking shop, because we had a blast with it. We got to bring it home, and Dr. Thorne and Dr. Myers were just a trip up there because we were cracking jokes on them the entire time.
My favorite memory from the AEC department, there was a Cal's kickball tournament, and we had a small group. There were only 10 of us, but we won the kickball tournament, even if we weren't like the most athletic looking group there. The fact that we won the kickball tournament against the FRE department, which was huge, that was probably my favorite memory.
My favorite memory of the AEC department was always going and helping out at National FFA Convention with Dr. Myers and Dr. Thorne. It was a lot of fun and I enjoyed it, and I got to experience some things that I didn't really or wouldn't have had the opportunity to do so otherwise, and have really helped me be a better ag teacher because I've got some insight on some things like that.
My favorite memory from the AEC department was actually getting to travel to the Ag Media Summit with ACLT. We got to go to Albuquerque, New Mexico and experience that conference, and that was just one of the many opportunities that the AEC presented me, and happens to be one of my favorites.
When I came into the AEC department, I was immediately greeted by warm and welcoming staff and students, and I just remember feeling like I finally found a place where I could belong on a huge campus at the University of Florida. So probably one of my favorite memories is when Dr. Telg told me that if I didn't quit stressing out, I would have a heart attack at a very early age. And so he encouraged me to just do my best, to take time to breathe and relax, to be myself, because I had the skill set necessary to do whatever I set out to accomplish. So probably just that moment when I realized that it's okay to make mistakes. They're all learning experiences. So I have to say probably some of my favorite memories involve just the staff and the way they influence our lives, whether it's in a classroom or just as mentors.
My favorite memory is definitely the trips we took. You never really think that, field trips could be actually something that you're taking a lot from, because they're fun and you have some good times, but it's things I learned from those trips that we took to other classrooms and to look how other people teach. It definitely helped me out as a teacher, because you don't know your own teaching style until you get in the classroom, and what you've seen in other people's classroom you kind of implement yourself. It was really kind of a cool experience.
I would say probably the best memory I have would be my involvement in the Agricultural Communicators and Leaders of Tomorrow. It was one of those organizations that I got involved in right from the get-go, and I was able to make those connections and be able to stay friends with those people from freshman year to when I graduated. But within that organization, I was able to represent the department. I was able to go to various areas, various conferences, and really see firsthand, agricultural communication in the real world, to see and talk with those industry professionals that represent what I'm trying to do within my program and what I'm learning through the process of getting my degree.
My favorite memory from the AEC department is Dr. French's class, the Ag Mechanics. And I guess that's so fond to me is because that's where I met my wife. There was a young lady in there who was an excellent student but was struggling with the Ag Mechanics portion of it and wasn't quite sure how to weld and how to work on the troubleshoot the small engines and working with oxygen and acetylene, and that was something I loved to do and something I was pretty good at. So of course, trying to be the knight in shining armor and coming to the young woman's rescue, we ended up talking and then ended up dating and eventually getting married. And she was an ag teacher for 10 years, and then we started having children, and she took some time off, and she's now a science teacher, but she still has ag in her blood and is active with me and helps me with my chapter.
My favorite memory from the AEC department is the first AEC barbecue that I went to, where I met my best friend, who I did not know at the time, Emily Land Beach, who was an ag teacher at Lafayette High School and now teaches science. And we met after that barbecue and we became fast friends. And she was in my wedding, and we are still best friends to this day. And I wouldn't have known her, I wouldn't have met her if it wouldn't have been for the AEC department and that barbecue. And again, that family atmosphere that is very important to those professors and the AEC department.
Probably Dr. Thorne wearing a leopard print bandana at the collegiate FFA kickball game. That was pretty intense against the grad students, although we lost. And probably Mrs. Shoulder's balloon activity where we made balloon animals and things, and that was fun too.
The relationships that I built through the department, mainly through the computer room on the 4th floor. Being cramped in that tight space and building those relationships with my fellow classmates and thinking, you know, I never knew those people before coming to the University of Florida. And I never knew that I would work with them in my career. And today I do work right across the hall from one I graduated with. So it's just amazing that the agricultural industry is so large, but yet it can be so small when it comes to your family that you work with.